Another arrest made in Mumbai fire case. Absconding co-owner of Mojo's Bistro, Yug Tuli, arrested from Mumbai to be produced before the court today. "24 hours ago, Haryana Chief Minister ML Khattar assured speedy action against the Jind brutes, but the culprits still roam free. 4 days on, not a single arrest made. All is still not well within the top court. Sources confirmed to Mirror Now that the differences between the Chief Justice of India and the sitting senior judges remain unresolved. Karnataka Minister Roshan Beg slapped with FEMA violation notice. Minister and his family is now under the ED lens for unaccounted funds. Another bid to legalize cannabis in the country. A PIL filed in a Himachal court. Now the court seeks a reply from the state and the centre. Meanwhile, in the first death due to the Jallikattu this year, 19-year-old Palamedu was goaded to death yesterday. Palamedu, who had gone with his friends to watch the sport, was injured below his left hip by a charging bull. The young boy was first provided first aid and then he was rushed to the Madurai government hospital, but he died on the way. After his father's death 5 years ago, he had been the sole breadwinner of the family. Well, meanwhile, evidence is also emerging of bulls being put under stress and possible cruelty meted out at yesterday's Palamedu Jallikattu. Various objects used to irritate bulls were discovered at holding pens where media is not allowed to go. Lemons which are squeezed into the bull's eyes and talcum powder used to blind the animals have been recovered. However, the committee was present to monitor the event has now rubbished these claims. And just to remind you, a massive outrage from animal activists last year questioned cruelty against bulls in this sport. And it is only after the passage of an ordinance amending the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act that the sport is now being held. Well, so a tragic incident of a 19-year-old getting killed and questions also being raised on the cruelty meted out to the bulls, even though the organizing committee has rubbished those claims. But eyewitnesses do claim reports of recovering talcum powder, lemons that are used to excite the bulls in order to participate in the Jallikattu. My colleague Vivek is on the phone line. Vivek, several questions are now being raised. First, on whether there is cruelty meted out to the bulls, and also the tragic incident of the death of a 19-year-old has now become a major talking point about the safety of the people as well who come to witness the sport.
Yes, there has been around, yesterday the Jallikattu was conducted at Palamedu, where there was one casualty and also 50 people were injured. Not just that, today what we understand is that around 1,000 bulls, locally bred bulls, are being also participating in this event. And also there are around 750 bull tamers who will be present here. Yes, the government sure that no untoward incident happened, and that's the reason why, yesterday when there are around 1,000 bulls which came to the participation, only 450 bulls were allowed to enter the arena. And also, this time around, the security check and the medical checkups are very, very strict and vigilant, just to make sure that no untoward incident happens. However, yesterday a person called Palamedu, he was a spectator who came all the way from Indigo, lost his life. He basically entered the arena, and the bull came and hit his left hip, and he was very grievously injured, and he was taken to the Madurai General Hospital. So yes, one incident has taken place. But if you look at the, in total in Tamil Nadu, especially in South Tamil Nadu, there were no much, the Jallikattu sport was conducted in a much peaceful manner as compared to how it was conducted, before 2009. We know, the complaints raised by PETA and other animal welfare organizations, basically in this matter. They say that, the bull is being, there are spurious liquor that is being given to the bull, and also the bull tamers, use all kinds of unscientific methods to make sure that, the ferociousness of the bull goes high. But this time around,
Yes.
there are medical checkups, there are doctors, veterinary doctors at each and every point in the Jallikattu arena, just to make sure that, there is, no, antisocial work, elements enter this place, and, there is nothing unscientific that is being done just to make sure that the bull is being made to run, to basically, the move in a very ferocious manner in the arena.
Right.
Until now, if you look at the last 3 days, the Jallikattu has been conducted in a very peaceful manner, and there is a huge, public that is witnessing this event. We should understand that as compared to the earlier days,
But watching the sport, in the performance of Jallikattu, one person has died. There are more than 20 onlookers who are injured, and that count is still not final. Let me also tell our viewers here that evidence is emerging of bulls being put under stress and possible cruelty. I beg your pardon, at yesterday's Palamedu Jallikattu, various objects used to irritate the bulls were recovered at holding pens where media was not allowed. Lemons were squeezed into the bull's eyes and talcum powder used to blind the animals. All that have been recovered in terms of evidence. The committee, however, that organizes this event and that is supposed to monitor the event has rubbished all those claims. And just to remind you that there was, remember, massive outrage from animal activists last year questioning the cruelty against bulls in this sport. And it is only after the passage of an ordinance amending the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act that this sport was allowed to be held. Well, so today is day 3 of Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu, and Chief Minister Palaniswamy and Deputy Chief Minister Paneerselvam flagged off an event in Alangalur, part of the Pongal celebrations. The bull taming sport has now attracted Ministers Sellu Raju, R.B. Udhay Kumar and other top government and police officials. 1,000 bulls and 1,241 bull tamers are participating in the ever-large Alanganallur Jallikattu. This despite 26 being injured and one person losing his life at the event in Palamedu yesterday. Moving on to the other big story that we are tracking today. This is the latest coming in on the Kamla Mills fire case. Co-owner of Mojo's Bistro, Yug Tuli, has been arrested by the Mumbai police. He has been arrested from Bandra early this morning while he was on his way to meet his lawyer. He will be presented this afternoon at the Bhoivada court for custody. Yug Tuli was absconding for more than a week and he was last spotted at Hyderabad airport. My colleague Richa is on the phone line for more on this story. Richa, there was a lookout notice for Yug Tuli. He was absconding for quite some time. Early this morning he has been arrested. What is going to be the procedure from here on?
Afternoon now, the police will take him to the Bhoivada court to get police custody. Certainly the lawyers of Yug Tuli will try to comprehend and argue that he was in fact not mentioned in the earlier FIR, and now he has been mentioned along with the owner of Mojo Bistro for culpable homicide, because in fact the fire report also proved that the fire started from Mojo Bistro and spread across to Vanabao. So clearly these were the contentions under which the NM Joshi Marg police in fact had booked later on the Mojo Bistro owners, and the day they were named in the FIR was the day Yug Tuli in fact ran away and was absconding, and as you correctly stated, he was last seen at the Hyderabad airport, and now the police will try to get his custody so that further investigations can be proceeded to.
Right, so big development there in the Kamla Mills fire case where Yug Tuli has been arrested. Richa, stay on with us. More updates coming in on this. Vishal Karia, the man accused of helping the owners of One Above restaurant, has also been absconding. He was earlier granted bail by a local court in Mumbai on Monday. His bail was initially rejected by the local court, but Karia's lawyer has approached the Bombay High Court questioning the remand of his client under a bailable section when Karia was not accused in the main case arising out of the fire that broke out. Subsequently, the magistrates court allowed his release on bail. Let me go across to Richa once again on this. Richa, if you can hear me, this is a case where there has been now respite given to Vishal Karia, it seems.
That's right. Vishal Karia was in fact arrested while the three owners of One Above were absconding, and police had in fact put a bounty sum of 1 lakh rupees on them. And Vishal Karya was the one who in fact was booked for harboring and also under section 304, and later he was sent to police custody till the 17th of this month. But his lawyers went all the way to Bombay High Court seeking relief in this matter, stating that in fact he was only booked for harboring available and he should be let out. And that's when the Bombay High Court allowed it yesterday, and he went to the lower court where he was granted bail. Although the police did not want this to happen and they wanted his custody for further investigations, because the car of Abhijit Mankar was found at his residence. But now that he has been granted bail, the police will have to find another way to investigate and question him in this matter.
Richard Sharma reporting from Mumbai on the Kamla Mills fire. Many thanks. Five terrorists were gunned down as the Indian Army foiled an infiltration bid along the LOC in Uri sector. The Fedayeen attackers were gunned down during a joint operation of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, Army and the Central Armed Police Forces.
Information is about 6 getting killed, and they were all from Jaish-e-Mohammed, and they're on a suicidal mission.
Ruckus reported in Jammu and Kashmir Assembly with an NC legislator Muhammad Akbar Lone accusing Finance Minister Hasib Drabu of using the J&K Bank as his personal property and appointing people as per his choice by taking a bribe of 2 lakh rupees. Over a dozen members of the Karni Sena created a ruckus inside a school premise and objected to the playing of the song Ghumar from the film Padmavat. The men damaged the school property and threatened the school administration. A group of Dalit activists tried to disrupt a speech by Union Minister of State for Social Justice Ramdas Athavale. The activists were protesting the erection of a separate stage by his party workers. Police detained around 130 protesters in this case. Moving on to other updates, in the Muradabad district of Uttar Pradesh, a woman was allegedly gang raped on gunpoint by a rowdy village head and his friends in an education institution. The woman had gone to this institution for admission of her child, where the incident took place on the 19th of December. However, the accused claimed that the witnesses were trying to blackmail him and the victim is lying. In fact, the accused relatives also thrashed the witness in presence of the police. The case has now been registered in this matter.
ये बिजनौर की रहने वाली महिला है, जिन्होंने यहाँ ठाकुर द्वारा के एक इंस्टीट्यूट चालक के विरुद्ध एक अभियोग पंजीकृत कराया है, जिसमें उनके द्वारा गलत कार्य करने के आरोप लगाए हैं। इस संबंध में लोकल थाने पर मुकदमा कायम कर लिया गया है और साक्ष्य संकलन की कार्रवाई की जा रही है। जल्दी साक्ष्य आधार पर अभियुक्तों की गिरफ्तारी की जाएगी। ये अभियोग माननीय न्यायालय के आदेश के अनुसार लिखवाया गया है और थाने पर इसकी कोई सूचना नहीं थी। महिला बिजनौर की रहने वाली है और यदि ये थाने पर आई होती तो निश्चित रूप से इनका अभियोग पंजीकृत किया जाता। इसलिए कि यदि पुलिस की कोई इसमें लापरवाही प्रदर्शित होगी तो उनके विरुद्ध भी कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
मेरे साथ इन्होंने जो है ये तेजपाल सिंह, इन्होंने मेरे साथ गलत काम करा है और अब ये मेरे बताओ गवाह पे भी मतलब मारपीट कर रहे हैं। मैं तो जो है योगी सरकार से यही चाहती हूँ कि मुझे इंसाफ मिलना चाहिए और ये जो है सलाखों के पीछे जाने चाहिए। इन्हें जो अपने तरह की सजा मिलनी चाहिए। बताओ मेरे गवाह पे जो है ना मतलब ये उल्टा सीधा बीच बाजार में मार रहे हैं, बताओ पुलिस वालों के सामने। ये इन्होंने कोचिंग सेंटर खोल रखा शॉर्ट हैंड का और वहाँ पर गई थी मैं, इन्होंने जो है मेरे बेटे के एडमिशन के लिए गई थी मैं, इन्होंने मेरे साथ जो है उल्टी सीधी बदतमीजी थी, करीब मेरे साथ गलत काम करा। बस
ये फोर्जरी वाला आदमी है, मेरे खिलाफ इनने जो है 4-5 जांच फर्जी करवा दी, जो झूठी नहीं, बिल्कुल झूठी निकली, निराधार निकली। महिला जो है कलेक्टर लूज है, मेरे यहाँ इसने भेजा, मैं समझ नहीं पाया। लड़के का एडमिशन कराना आई थी मेरे यहाँ, मैंने उसको एडमिशन करके उसको रिसीव कर दी। अब जो है मेरे ऊपर जो है 56 दिन से मुकदमा करा रहा है।
आपके भाई ने गवाह को भी
नहीं, उसने बदतमीजी करी है छोटे वाले की जो है घर वाले के साथ, और मुझे पैसे दिलवाओ। मैं जा रहा था, निकला हुआ बस इन्होंने मार लिया पीछे से।
किन किसने?
ये तेजवीर है, उसका भतीजा है, और एक तेजवीर है उसका भैया। गवाही दे रहा हूँ।
कौन सी केस?
मुकदमे में 376 का मुकदमा है ना इनका, कोई उसमें गवाही थी मेरी। मैं जा रहा था, निकला हुआ।
कौन है ये प्रधान का?
ये भैया है, एक भतीजा है।
In the latest update coming in from the Faridabad gang rape case, Chief Minister Amel Khattar has now ordered the suspension of Police Commissioner of Faridabad, and he has also transferred the SHOs. But despite this, no arrests have been made in the case. On Sunday, a woman, you would recall, was raped for 2 hours in a moving car in Faridabad. She was abducted while she was returning home from work. The survivor was then left to die at the highway. The police was alerted about this incident, and yet no attempts were made to avert the untoward incident. And case after case in Haryana that we have been reporting. It's been 24 hours since Haryana Chief Minister assured that the brutes of the Jind rape case who mutilated and killed a 16-year-old will be nabbed, but no progress in that case as well. The police has failed to nab any of them. 4 days ago, the gruesome case of sexual assault came to light from Jind district, which had a stark similarity with the infamous Nirbhaya case. A 10th standard student's dead body was found in a semi-naked situation with injury marks all over her body. Let's now listen into what the Chief Minister had promised yesterday.
मुझे जानकारी मिली है उसमें जो दोनों कल्प्रेट हैं उनको पानीपत में तो जो कल्प्रेट उसको पकड़ लिया गया है और पहचान कुरुक्षेत्र वाले में भी कर ली गई है। बहुत जल्दी उसको पकड़ लिया जाएगा। इसलिए किसी भी घटना के होने के बाद पुलिस एक्शन में आकर के कितना जल्दी उसको सॉल्व करती है, यही एक प्रकार की पुलिस की कार्य प्रणाली का एक सफलता।
My colleague Vishal Monga on the phone line with me. Vishal, is this a mere hogwash? You have the police commissioner transferred, you have the SHOs shuffled around, but is that really enough? Where are the arrests?
See, that is really the larger question, and the only pertinent question that is being asked from the Khattar government is what on ground. Now, mere shifting the CP from one district to another district and shifting the SHO from one police station to another police station does not really shrug him off his responsibility. Now, earlier it was just SIT that was formed. Now the transfer of these police officers, they will do such kind of duties in the second district where they're transferred. So the issue right now is that why these people have not been arrested, although the police investigation claims that on ground they have expanded their list of people, and it is just a matter of time. Since we're hearing this line from last 4 days, it's just a matter of time that these people would be arrested. But the pertinent question and the larger issue is that the police failed their citizen. That is the claim of the opposition parties. They say that in both the incidents, the police knew about the culprits and they knew in advance, but still they could not save the girl. So this preventive policing that is being said by experts time and again has totally fallen flat in the state of Haryana.
Right.
And it is more on politics now, where the opposition is claiming that law and order situation has collapsed.
Right, so no preventive action and no punitive action as well. So failure at all levels. Thanks Vishal for giving us the latest update. Vishwa Hindu Parishad's International Working President Praveen Togadia was found unconscious in Ahmedabad's Shahi Bagh area on Monday evening after being reported missing earlier in the morning. Ahmedabad Crime Branch sources said that Togadia has been admitted in the Chandramani Hospital in Shahi Bagh. He is suffering from low blood sugar. The Enforcement Directorate issued notices to Karnataka Minister and senior Congress leader Roshan Beg and his family members in a Foreign Exchange Management Act violation case. The allegations against the minister are that his company received unaccounted money from a firm in the Gulf. The notice comes just a few months ahead of the Karnataka polls. The central government has decided to break up its debt-burdened flag carrier into 4 separate companies and offer to sell at least 51% in each one of them as part of a disinvestment proposed by the Prime Minister. Minister of State for Civil Aviation Jayant Sinha said that the core airline business comprising of Air India and Air India Express, The low-cost overseas arm will now be offered as one company, and the process will be completed by the end of 2018. A public interest litigation has been filed for the legalization of cannabis, which is produced in the upper region of Himachal Pradesh. The state's High Court has issued a notice to the central government and to the state of Himachal Pradesh in a petition praying for removing restrictions on the cultivation, processing and use of industrial and medical hemp in the state. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend a function to mark the commencement of work for the Rajasthan refinery at the Pachpadra in Bamer district today. He will also address a public meeting. The Rajasthan refinery is the very first one in the state. In a shocking incident reported from UP's Rampur district, a woman was killed by her father and brother for marrying outside her community. The victim was abducted by her kin while she was travelling with her husband. The victim's husband reported this abduction, but no preventive action was taken by the police. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan allegedly slapped a man during a road show in Dardarpur in Dhar district. The man was participating in a procession when this incident took place. The Chief Minister was visibly agitated. During Rahul Gandhi's two-day visit to his Lok Sabha constituency of Amethi, Congress workers heckled locals sitting on protest. The locals were protesting against the unfinished schemes and lack of development in their town. Let's take a very quick break here on India This Morning. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay with us.